How perfect does your content have to be before you actually hit publish? Good question. I told my client a particular answer this week, and then I realized I'm not actually following my own advice. The advice was ship the content, even though it's not perfect, and let people see it. Get it out there. If you don't know me, I'm Julie. I'm 51. I'm a science writer. I use AI agents and Claude Code in my science writing work and in this content creation and in another hobby project. And I teach people what I learned in the process. In this video, I'm going to tell you why more content, even if it's less than perfect, will still win, and the rules I've given myself so that I will actually hopefully do it. This week, I was talking to one of my clients about where we are in a particular project. I've been doing lots of research and planning and strategizing, and I'm trying to put everything together in a way that it makes sense. And the question came up, how well do we need to know that all of that upstream planning was perfect or was good enough before we start building out content and pushing out content that's based on that strategy? Do we need to make sure that every piece is optimized and aligned before we start shipping them out? Or do we put out more pieces earlier that are a little bit less than perfect? I'm looking at these two different possibilities and saying, okay, we have option A, option B. What happens if we do either one of these? Where's my client going to be 6 months from now? The goal of the project is to build authority in a completely new area. We want the company and this particular content to show up in search queries and AI overviews, just like everybody wants. We're not chasing huge traffic numbers, though. And the thing is that a few perfect, really nice pieces of content isn't going to get them that. But on the other hand, if we build a body of work that is well thought through, well positioned, linked together properly, it will. So I told them, let's assume that everything we've done in the research and planning and strategizing phase is good enough. Let's not worry about every tiny last detail. Let's write up the pieces. Let's get them good enough and deploy at scale. So why is critical mass important? Critical mass, when it comes to content, does something that one piece of content can't do. It opens more doors. So the more pieces of content you have that are optimized for different search terms, different search questions, you're opening up more doors where people can actually find you and your content in the first place. I see it in my own keyword research for my canning blog and for this content. The people I'm trying to find and reach with my content aren't searching for one specific term or one specific question. They're searching for a lot of different questions. One single post or a few posts can't cover that, but a body of work can. And so once they find you, they show up at your site or your blog or your YouTube channel and they see you, they like what you have, and then they look to see what else do you have and to binge watch or binge read. That's literally how the YouTube machine works. When somebody watches your video and they actually get to the end, the next video that they see popping up on their screen is most likely going to be one from your own collection. If you don't have a collection, there's nothing to suggest. So here it's in your advantage to obviously have a collection of content. And the critical mass of content also helps people perceive you differently. They show up, they see you've got a lot of content. You must take this seriously. You're not just, one off, you made a couple videos and then you quit. If you look at my channel, there isn't a huge library of content as of right now. I do have a ton of ideas though. I thought, maybe 100 or so. And I asked Claude, how many ideas are there in my seed bank? I capture everything there. As of this morning, it's 126, but they're not doing anybody any good sitting in my Claude Code library. The system I'm working in is basically the result of me working with Claude Code in an LLM wiki operating system on my freelance science work, my hobby blog, and this blog. And whenever I get a problem, I solve it and then make my system learn how to not have that problem again. And I bet a lot of other people would be interested in knowing that, because these are the kind of things, if you just search for them, you won't find anybody else documenting these things. So I have a pile of these really great ideas, at least I think so, but I'm not getting them out there to you. I tell Claude, that's a great idea for content. Bank it. I'll take a couple of screenshots. I will make some notes about it. I'll dictate what went wrong, what I think could have been done better, and how to improve on it or how we did improve on it. It all gets logged in my content seed bank. Claude calls it the friction ledger, but I don't post on it. I say I'll do it tomorrow or next week, and it stops there. But while saying you'll do it tomorrow sounds or feels completely reasonable at the time, it's not. It actually causes the bigger problem, because tomorrow I wake up and I have a different set of projects to work on, and I encounter a different set of problems that come up, and my friction ledger and my seed bank of content ideas grows. I'm not placing the same bar on my content that I'm telling my client to place on theirs. I say, my hair's not right. There's somebody moving around out there, or somebody's mowing the lawn and you hear something. Something isn't perfect. I'm not going to do it. I'll do it tomorrow. And we all know what happens then. So I decided to give myself the same rule that I gave my client. Capture it, make it good enough, and ship it. It has to be true. It has to be useful. It has to be my experience, but I will not obsess over perfection. And I have to say, recording this video is really difficult because I am obsessing over perfection. The goal is the same day, not tomorrow, because tomorrow there's going to be a different issue. And that's how I ended up with the big pile of content ideas in the first place. And this is the first video I'm making under the new rule. It's almost dinner time. I'm still recording because it's still today. My cut is not going to be smooth. I'm trying really hard not to overthink the text that I put on the screen. The goal is that I get better at just sitting down and recording this and getting the content out there. I want to be able to share everything that I'm learning with people who are doing similar types of things in their own Claude Code systems and help them improve their work. So if you're also sitting on a pile of content ideas, take this rule with you. Start capturing your content, shipping it, because good enough and shipped is going to be perfect and in your ideas folder or your drafts folder every day. This is the first video off my pile. If you want to work through my friction ledger and learn more about all the other things I've been learning in my Claude Code operating system, be sure to follow, because hopefully there'll be another video tomorrow. Thanks.